Hey there. Ritual here to give a big shout out to you for making it through the hectic holiday season. The magic of those family moments, that was you. And now there's new milestones to prep for in 2025. This new year, check clean, quality pregnancy nutrient support off your to-do list with Ritual. We've done the research to create science-backed pregnancy support like our prenatal multivitamin, natal choline, and fertility support, all designed to be taken alongside each other. But don't just take our word for it. They're also third-party tested for microbes and heavy metals and Clean Label Project certified. So whether you're trying, thinking about trying, or already there, we don't have to tell you that prioritizing yourself can be the hardest part. That's why we're helping you get started today with 30% off a 3-month supply for a limited time at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Oh, sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver Common Sense Show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver Common Sense Show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. Speaking of. And remember to click the subscribe button. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. Was up late last night. We were live until about 2 a.m. Eastern time. And I was running behind because I was just trying to pull in all the information that's going on. So I do apologize. I'm running a couple minutes behind on everything. I'm still trying to set everything up for the show. It's a sad day. It's a disgusting events that have happened. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows about Dallas and the shootings that went on. The assassination, the terrorist attack, I would call it. And the irony in a lot of what's going on is mind-boggling. Because during a Black Lives Matter protest, a group has taken it upon themselves to target and assassinate officers. It's disgusting. Now, there's a lot of conflicting reports on what's going on. And some of the information can be wrong. So don't lock me down on any of the information because it's ever changing. Because there's information I heard about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then now things are really spinning around on what's going on. But it seems that 5 police officers have been murdered, 7 wounded, 1 civilian wounded. When I headed off to bed, I had heard there was 1 suspect dead, 3 to 4 in custody, and there was still 1 shooter in a garage. And from what I heard, he took his own life. So there might be 2 suspects dead because they've been saying since it began there was 1 suspect down. And the last suspect was in negotiation with police, and he kept saying that he wanted to kill more cops and that he wanted to kill white people. But I'm pretty sure that's okay for everybody else. But if the roles were reversed, we'd be racist for saying it'd be a race issue. But because it's against whites, it's okay. And most people are understand that this Obama threw fuel on the fire last night. Again, he jumped quick and early to blame the officers in those shootings without all the facts. And I'm watching when the shooting first happened, everybody running and you had people there protesting against the police. And the police are sitting there and protecting them. They're hiding behind cop cars that they were sitting there bashing. Calling cops racist. As those cops put their lives on the line to protect them as they were bashing them. I find that the irony in it.
Big shout out to you for making it through the hectic holiday season. This new year, get clean, quality, pregnancy nutrient support off your to-do list, including Ritual's best-selling Essential Prenatal Multivitamin, designed with 12 traceable key ingredients to support a healthy pregnancy. With big changes coming up, take the small steps now and start today with 30% off a 3-month supply at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I'm appalled to be a human being today. I'm embarrassed for this country right now, what it's become. I'm embarrassed. and I don't know what's worse. You're going to have guys that woke up this morning knowing what the hell happened. They're going to put their uniform on and they're going to head to bed or head to work. They're going to head to work like any other day. And they're going to put their lives on the line. Just as they did last night. They put their lives on the line for a bunch of people that are out to bash them. And it's... Now, sitting here writing the show for today, last night, and, I was like, all right, let me just pop the news on, see what's going on. And this is what comes on. It was like right around the beginning of the shooting, maybe like 45 minutes after it first started. Nobody knew really what was going on. And my heart just sank. It just sank. Especially, we went on an air, like I said, and it just... I'm flipping through Twitter trying to find information of what's going on. And I'm just coming across disgusting, repulsive tweets. There is a military guy that was on Facebook last night and today. And he said that's all it was is 10. And agreeing that white people need to be killed. And he's in the Army, and he's a sergeant. Well, needless to say, it was kind of stupid because now there's people that know people in the military, and those screenshots have been forwarded. I got to get more information. I don't know a lot on this Black Power political organization. Now they put out there hashtag Black Power, hashtag Black Knights, sniper assassins take down 5 police officers, and more will be assassinated in the coming days. Do you like the work of our assassins? Get your own sniper rifle and join our thousands of sniper assassins worldwide in the fight against oppression. Are things perfect in this country? No. Do we have issues that we need to work on? Yes. You want to talk about oppression? You want to talk about oppression? Go to the Middle East. Go to China. Go to Russia. And then the list can go on and on of countries. Go live there and see how oppressed you really were. And the tweet by the chief, or the update that was done like 8:30 this morning, that the police are still not certain they have all identified everyone that is involved in the shooting. And of course, Dum Dum comes out. Obama says America is horrified over the Dallas shooting. Well, I'm not one for a bunch of conspiracy theories, but you know what? Someone made a comment, and it kind of made sense to me. He's been pushing this crap on our country, degrading our police, to the point where nobody's going to want to do it. And then here comes the UN. We'll do it for you. President Obama said Friday that America is horrified by what appears to be a planned sniper shooting targeting police officers in Dallas, and he said there is no justification for the violence, except he helped throw fuel on that fire. In a brief statement to reporters, Obama said the investigation into the shooting continues, but what we do know is there has been a vicious, calculated, and despicable attack on law enforcement. Obama called the shooter's motives twisted and vowed they would be brought to justice. How many times have we heard him say that he vowed he would bring them to justice? And let me tell you, he hasn't brought any of them to justice. Every time he has said that, that is going, oh, shit, nothing's going to happen. Anyone on, there's no possible justification for these kinds of acts or any violence against police officers. He has spoken with Dallas Mayor Mike Rawlings and offered his support and condolences. Obama spoke from Warsaw, Poland, where he is meeting with NATO and European Union leaders. Obama arrived early Friday, shortly before snipers opened fire on police officers, killing 5 officers and injuring 6 others during protests over 2 recent fatal police shootings of black men. Immediately after landing in Warsaw and before the shootings, Obama had expressed solidarity with protesters earlier. In those comments, he aired his frustration with what he said was racial disparity in the justice system. He also argued there's no contradiction between supporting law enforcement and working to see that bias in the criminal justice system are rooted out. How he can do this with a straight face and talk about police officers in a positive way is beyond me. Then you have, and I never got her name, CNN, talking and praising the shooters. Now, I saw a lot of idiots on Twitter, Facebook making that comment, but to hear it on CNN, I'm almost at a loss of words for all this. CNN said this is another reason we need gun control. Dumbasses. Oops, there it goes. Sorry. I've been really trying to watch my mouth and then you have, this doesn't have to exactly do with this shooting, but Oh, and Loretta Lynch is supposed to be speaking in about 10, 15 minutes. And I'm probably going to patch it in as soon as she starts speaking. But this article, it's the mindset of the left and what's going on. Because they talk about how they're against violence, they're against shootings, and they're against all this BS. But then you have a professor who calls for shootings at NRA headquarters and asks that there be no survivors. A professor at Southern State Community College is under investigation after someone reported his June 13th Facebook post, which called for mass shootings at an NRA headquarters in Fairfax, Virginia. James Pierce, I think it's Pierce. Oh, now I'm going to have to find out. All right, get the handy-dandy little app out. I love this little app. All right, here we go. Ready?
Piss.
I got it right. Yes, I suck at trying to enunciate certain words. James Pearce, the Southern State Community College professor in question, took to Facebook in June after the shooting at the Pulse nightclub with this call to action. And quote, "Look, there's only one solution. A bunch of us anti-gunner types are going to have to arm ourselves, storm the NRA headquarters in Fairfax, Virginia, and make sure there are no survivors. This action might also require coordinated hits at remote sites like Washington lobbyists. Then, only then, will we see some legislative action on assault weapons. Have a nice day." Yeah, just where I want to send my kid for school. It does stupidity just. So I'm being told that I'm censoring people because they're saying if we blame Obama, we're racist. It's absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting. Hang on. Actually, we're going to go to commercial and just get so I can finish this, and then I got a big announcement for Monday. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube, and iTunes. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the ReaverCommonSense.com. While you're there on Reaver Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And we are making sense out of the senseless. Oop. Hang on. Nope. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you like the live stream, hit subscribe. Keep up to date. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. Or just go to Reaver.one and click on the shop button. We have a bunch of t-shirts. Some more will be added. I really don't. I know I should, but I really don't want to push that today. It's the furthest thing from my mind. I'm still laughing. They just went on a tirade on how I'm being racist because I want to stop their freedom of speech by saying... well, by you calling racism, you're stopping people's freedom of speech just because you don't like his opinion. You know, it can go both ways. You're trying to stop a conversation from happening because a person said they blamed Obama, so he's a racist? He didn't say I blame Obama and I blame him because he's black. No, he did not say this. He said blame Obama. Blaming the politics. And it shows how much they are racist. They immediately want to start throwing names. Oh, no way. And I don't stop. You want to call me racist? I've been called worst. Let's see how much more we have of this. All right, we're going to finish this article about James Pierce, Southern State Community College professor. Now, Chris Cross, Director of Public Relations for Southern State Community College. Oh, my God. How would you like to have that name? Hi, I'm Chris Cross. Wasn't that a musical group? Oh, God. Now I'm going to have to look that up. Hang on. This is going to drive me nuts. Damn it. Wrong computer. All right, let's see if I can find this. Come on. And let's see. Yeah, that's them. That's weird. There we go. So Chris Cross, Director of Public Relations for Southern State Community College, claimed that college protocol indicates that local authorities will likely be notified about Pierce's threat. In general, the college would alert local authorities about any threat that were made known to the college, especially any threats made to students, facility, or staff. We have a good working relationship with the police jurisdictions covering each of our 4 campuses, and trust they would follow their protocol for reporting to other agencies. As I understand it, a report does not necessarily mean an investigation. Pierce's comments were reported to the FBI and Department of Homeland Security on June 17th by administrators at Southern State Community College. The college security emergency response coordinator, Gary Heaton, claimed that the Attorney General advised SSCC Vice President Dr. Rhodes to take no actions until the feds have completed an investigation. So poor Chris Cross. It just popped in my head. Strange things pop in my head, and those exactly, the government has its brains on backwards, not their clothes. And if anybody doesn't remember Chris Cross, they were always wearing their clothes backwards. So we're still waiting for Loretta Lynch is going to come out and speak on the subject. And there we go. And on top of it, Monday, 11 o'clock, start of the show, we will have Brian Mast. He is running for, let me get his information. I don't like to screw up information, and I believe it was Afghanistan he was in. Yeah, he's a veteran of the war in Afghanistan. He's a double amputee. I'll pull up all the information. He's a combat vet of Afghanistan who lost both legs trying to dismantle a explosive device. He says that Hillary Clinton failed the most important test for being president when she recklessly handled state secrets in wartime. Quote, "This is a woman not only vying to be a president, but vying to be commander-in-chief. And she can't handle sensitive information, putting it at risk and American lives at risk in this way." He is a medically retired Army Staff Sergeant, and he's running for Congress in Florida's 18th District. He is a Republican and supporter of Donald Trump. And he says there is a trust between the men and women serving downrange and their leaders, and Clinton broke that trust. She wants to be a top person tasked with digesting intelligence and what is going on in the battlefield. Every person should be absolutely enraged over this. He's a candidate for Congress who recently completed his bachelor's from Harvard University and is baffled by the explanation given by FBI Director James Comey. So he will be on my show Monday at 11 o'clock. And I think it's, my doctor put me on some new meds. My mouth has like cotton mouth all since I woke up. So I do apologize about that. So I look forward to having Brian on. I'm honored that he's agreed to this. And it's just, dang. All right. Let's get going. I'm waiting for Loretta Lynch. Watch, she comes out just as I need to go to break for my editing purposes, and it's going to tick me off. Ugh. It's been a long, weird day or two. What more can I say about what happened? It's repulsive. This was well planned out prior to. Well planned out. This was done prior to even those two gentlemen being shot by the police. They had a train. You don't have that many people coordinated together and just throw it together within hours of. Hang on.
Minnesota are two black men who should be alive today, but they're not alive because an officer chose to kill them. And when we think about the lack of convictions across the country that have happened,
it's D-Ray McKeeson, Black Lives Matter activist speaking right now.
Saying that the officers were not involved in the death of these people, the courts are saying that their involvement is not criminal. And that reminds us that we need to make sure that the laws, the policies, and practices actually hold police accountable. Because the police have incredible power to take people's lives, but they also operate with impunity, and they just aren't held accountable by any of our structures. And these cases remind us that that's not okay. And, you know, my heart goes out to the victims of all violence when we think about what has happened over the past 48 hours.
Our guest will be with us for a half hour. The rest of the program, we'll put the numbers on the bottom of the screen and get to your calls for DeRay McKesson in just a moment.
It's... Cops are not running around going, hey, you know what? I feel like let's go shoot a couple people today. And I don't understand. The incidents that they're picking out ones that aren't even closely to the people being innocent. Hands up, don't shoot. That was blown out of the water. Baltimore is being blown. And I don't understand how they can just ignore what's going on, the facts, and just keep pushing their narratives. That tells me they're not looking for justice. They're looking for something else. And then when you have officers, because Baltimore, the crime rate has skyrocketed. And yet, they ignore. Then they get upset when that happens. I am at a loss. I am at a loss, and I don't know what to say. So we're going to get on with the show for right now until Lynch comes out to spread more rhetoric. And then I'm going to take a moment to honor the fallen officers. We'll do that right after lunch. You know what? We're going to do that now. It's a disgusting day in America. Real disgusting. And I hope Black Lives Matter is proud of what they have created, this hate. They have fueled this hate. Obama has fueled this hate. And our administration has allowed this crap to go on for far too long. They've helped fuel this. I know this probably is one of my best shows, and I'm not proud of my country right now. I'm not proud of the people and the crap that they talk about. I have a lot of friends that are law enforcement. I've worked in emergency services for many, many years, decades. And I've worked hand in hand with a lot of the officers. And they think this job is easy and that every decision, they have time to think about it. After these incidents happen, you have time to replay, hit rewind. These officers have split seconds. Is that guy going to shoot? Too late. You're dead. What do I do? Dead. Is there some officers that go over the line? Yes. I will not deny that. But these groups, including Black Lives Matter, are trying to pin the whole police force as being racist and murderers. It's a joke anymore. Well, on a little bit of good news, the State Department is reopening Clinton email probe. The State Department is reopening an internal investigation of possible mishandling of classified information by Hillary Clinton and top aides, officials told the Associated Press on Thursday. Although the former Secretary of State closest confidants have left the agencies, they could still face punishment. The most serious is the loss of security clearance, which could complicate her aides' hopes of securing top positions on her national security team if she becomes a president. The State Department started its review in January after declaring 22 emails from Clinton's private server to be top secret. It was suspended in April so as not to interfere with the FBI's inquiry. State Department spokesman John Kirby said the probe is restarting after the Justice Department announced Wednesday that it won't bring any criminal charges. We will aim to be as expeditious as possible, but we will not put artificial deadlines on the process, Kirby said. Our goal will be to be as transparent as possible. Oh, yeah, there's that word. And we need to start sending dictionaries to Washington, D.C. because people are using words they don't understand, while complicating with our various legal obligation. Kirby wouldn't say anything more about the precise information officials are evaluating, but when the probe was launched almost 6 months ago, officials said it pertained particularly to a set of emails that were upgraded to one of the nation's highest classification level. One question they said they were investigating was whether any of the emails were classified at the time of transmission. Additionally, Thursday, Republican lawmakers said they will now ask the FBI to investigate whether Hillary Clinton lied to the committee. That announcement came in a testy hearing with FBI Director James Comey, who defended the government's decision not to prosecute Clinton over her email setup. But Kirby said this week former officials can still face punishment. Options range from counseling and warnings to removal of individual security clearance. Beyond the Democrat frontrunner, the probe is most likely examine confidants Cheryl Mills, Jake Sullivan, and Huma Abedin, who wrote many of the emails to their boss that the various investigations have focused on. Mills, Clinton's chief of staff at the State Department, has been viewed as a possibility for the same job in the White House. There's speculation that Sullivan, Clinton's former policy chief, could be national security advisor. There could be repercussions, Kirby told reporters Wednesday, saying infractions identified would be kept on file. If someone's security clearance is taken away, he said it would have an effect, assuming that individual still needed the clearance to work in another federal agency or something like that. The State Department says it won't identify former officials that still hold security clearance, but an email to Fox News made public earlier this year, the department described Mills as still holding a valid clearance. It's still I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. We have officials running around doing whatever they want, acting however they want. We have groups running around murdering police officers at will. And people actually thinking it's a good thing. And to quote the police chief for Dallas, we don't feel much support most days. Let's not make today most days. Well, I might get pissed at a couple cops here and there because I don't like what they do, how they do it. But I'm never going to lambaste any of these agencies like so many idiots do. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, iTunes, and YouTube. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch broadcasts, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. While you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Keep up to date. If you want to support the show, support Reaver of Common Sense, become one of the Reaverites. Or if you want to support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. Or you can just go to Reaver.one, click on the shop button. Take a look at all the t-shirts we have to offer. Hillary Clinton for president. Life's a bitch. Don't vote for one. That reminds me, I went to do a promotion for that, for the Life's a bitch. Don't vote for one. And, yeah, Facebook shut it down, denied it, said I can't do a promotion on that one because it had foul language in it. Sorry, just seen. Loretta Lynch is supposed to be speaking. She was supposed to speak a while ago. That someone's laying into the Black Lives Matter leader, saying how the Black Lives Matter has been expanded by the misinformation by media, and just called Black Lives Matter a fascist movement. It's kind of. They're going after him saying, let the facts come out, let the trial be held, and then do your protest. Then speak loudly about what's going on. And they need to be hit with some of these. No, Jen, it's not that I'm getting blocked, but doing the paid advertisement, you're not allowed to have any foul language in those advertisements, which I found funny. I just found bitch is. I don't know. Just one of those days. All right, where are we? I get so tired of the Black Lives Matter and some of this stuff because they twist the facts. It's not because they're black, it's because they twist the facts to fit their narrative. The narrative's not there, so they twist the facts to try to make it a truth. And I don't like that. I don't deal with that. That's bullshit. All right, someone just came out and gave an announcement, so probably a couple minutes, Loretta Lynch will be coming out. And like 2 minutes. And he wants all these laws put up, and you're going to have it where the cops will refuse to do the job. Oh, that's not good. And that's what this administration is pushing for. It's pushing for more UN control. I think that's really what day one started with this UN, with Obama's administration, is to cause more UN control so we could do away with the United States, go to a North American Union, and then shortly after we can go to, start implementing the one world nation. I also find funny because I got the closed caption on, and we have a time for a couple more colors. No, a couple more calls. I didn't have the sound on, and I can tell you what he said. Oh my God. Just. And the caller right now is going over that police literally have a split second to go over 10,000 different things. And as I said earlier, we have days to pick the shooting apart. So now the guy's got the Black Lives Matter leader's like, well, are you a doctor? Well, I worked in the medical field for 17 years. So the caller just called him out and said, so you don't want to have a conversation. You want to give faulty arguments. He's trying. These idiots that are out bashing the cops are the same ones that'll get in a fist fight and shoot somebody in a drop of a hat because they called them a name. Put the uniform on, go work for a month or two, go get the abuse that the cops get, the danger that they're in, and no, they're not scared all the time, but you know what? Doesn't mean they have to be killed because criminals want to act like criminals. You don't like the laws, fight the politicians. Don't fight the police on them enforcing what they have to. There is some laws that I don't think are constitutional. I'm not going to argue with a cop on a scene. It never leads to anything good. It's now Del Rey wants on the Dallas shooting. He wants to sit back and get more information before he makes any judgment. But yeah, when these police shootings happen, he wants to jump on them immediately and automatically condemn the officers without all the facts. But when it comes to one of these terrorists attacking police officers, he wants to sit back and get all the facts. That shows just how much contradiction he has. That he's trying to push a false narrative. He wants time on one issue, and the other issue he wants to condemn them right off the bat without any facts. That says it all. That says it all. And that's why I think they're a joke. And let's get up. No, Lawrence is on. Hold on.
ATF, the U.S. Marshals Service, and the U.S. Attorney's Office on the scene is working closely with our state and local counterparts, and we intend to provide any assistance that we can to investigate this attack and also to help heal a community that has been severely shaken and deeply scarred by an unfathomable tragedy. This is an unfolding situation. We'll be providing additional information when it is available and appropriate. But more so, this has been a week of profound grief and heartbreaking loss. The peaceful protest that was planned in Dallas last night was organized in response to the tragic deaths of Alton Sterling in Louisiana and Philando Castile in Minnesota. Now, we've opened a civil rights investigation in Louisiana, and we're providing assistance to local authorities in Minnesota who are leading the investigation there. And today, we are feeling the devastating loss of Dallas area Rapid Transit Officer Brent Thompson and 4 other fallen officers whose names remain unreleased as we await notification to all of the families. Now, after the events of this week, Americans across our country are feeling a sense of helplessness, of uncertainty, and of fear. Now, these feelings are understandable and they are justified, but the answer must not be violence. The answer is never violence. Rather, the answer, our answer, all our answer, must be action. Calm, peaceful, collaborative, and determined action. We must continue working to build trust between communities and law enforcement. We must continue working to guarantee every person in this country equal justice under the law. And we must take a hard look at the ease with which wrongdoers can get their hands on deadly weapons and the frequency with which they use them. And we must reflect on the kind of country that we want to build and the kind of society that we are choosing to pass on to our children. And above all, we must reject the easy impulses of bitterness and rancor and embrace the difficult work, but the important work, the vital work of finding a path forward together. And above everything, we must remind ourselves that we're all Americans, and that as Americans, we share not just a common land, but a common life, not just common goals, but a common heart and soul. And those we've lost this week have come from different backgrounds, different neighborhoods, but today they're mourned by officers, by residents, by family and friends, by men and women and children who loved them, who needed them, and who will miss them always. They are mourned by all of us. To the families of all who've lost their lives in this series of tragedies, we share your pain and your loss. To our brothers and sisters who wear the badge, I want you to know that I am deeply grateful for the difficult and dangerous work that you do every day to keep our streets safe and our nation secure. Our hearts are broken by this loss, and the Department of Justice will do all that we can to support you in the days ahead. And to those who seek to improve our country through peaceful protest and protected speech, I want you to know that your voice is important. Do not be discouraged by those who would use your lawful actions as a cover for their heinous violence. We will continue to safeguard your constitutional rights and to work with you in the difficult mission of building a better nation and a brighter future. And to all Americans, I ask you, I implore you, do not let this week precipitate a new normal in this country. I ask you to turn to each other, not against each other, as we move forward. Let us support one another. Let us help heal one another. And I urge you to remember, today and every day, that we are one nation, we are one people, and we stand together. May God bless the families and the loved ones of all who were taken from us this week, and comfort their grief with his everlasting grace. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Attorney General, will you please take some questions? Attorney General, what do you believe explains the spike in police murders?
And she walks right out and doesn't answer a single question. But CNN started it last night, and she just laid a small foundation for it. This, just as Orlando, they will twist this into gun control. They took an ISIS attack and twisted it into gun control. They will take this and twist it into gun control. What do we have here, President? Here's Obama.
Juncker, for the opportunity to meet today. With your understanding, I want to begin with a few words about the situation back in the United States, specifically the situation in Dallas, Texas. My team's been keeping me updated throughout the morning, the evening in Dallas. I spoke this morning with Mayor Rawlings of Dallas to convey the deepest condolences of the American people. I told him that the federal government will provide whatever assistance Dallas may need as it deals with this tremendous tragedy. We still don't know all the facts. What we do know is that there has been a vicious, calculated, and despicable attack on law enforcement. Police in Dallas were on duty doing their jobs, keeping people safe during peaceful protests. These law enforcement officers were targeted, and nearly a dozen officers were shot. 5 were killed. Other officers and at least 1 civilian were wounded. Some are in serious condition, and we are praying for their recovery. As I told Mayor Rawlings, I believe that I speak for every single American when I say that we are horrified over these events and that we stand united with the people and the police department in Dallas. According to police, there are multiple suspects. We will learn more, undoubtedly, about their twisted motivations. But let's be clear, there is no possible justification for these kinds of attacks or any violence against law enforcement. The FBI is already in touch with the Dallas police, and anyone involved in these senseless murders will be held fully accountable. Justice will be done. I will have more to say about this as the facts become more clear. For now, let me just say that even as yesterday I spoke about...
Now he wants to wait for facts to come out.
Need to be concerned, as all Americans, about racial disparities in our criminal justice system. I also said yesterday that our police have an extraordinarily difficult job, and the vast majority of them do their job in outstanding fashion. I also indicated the degree to which we need to be supportive of those officers who do their job each and every day, protecting us and protecting our communities. Today is a wrenching reminder of the sacrifices that they make for us. We also know that when people are armed with powerful weapons, unfortunately, it makes attacks like these more deadly and more tragic. And in the days ahead, we're going to have to consider those realities as well.
They're spinning it already. This is a pre-recorded with Obama from earlier today, and they're already spinning it to gun control. Lynch, Obama, CNN last night immediately. The shootings were still going on, and they spun it to gun control. How you doing, Cal? Hey, you got it fixed. Someone wrote on Twitter that they've never been this upset at their country, that he paid his dues as an arson investigator, paramedic, fire marshal, putting his life on the line for others. I will say I agree with that statement wholeheartedly. I've never been ashamed of my country until now, what I'm seeing. An administration that's making an excuse for killers and trying to blame the weapon. An administration that has set this negative attitude towards police. He has judged people without all the facts. And now, all these groups, now they want to, we're not going to talk about it until the facts come out. Kel, you're not the only one to say that. Kel's in the chat room. She said this latest incident has set race relationships back to the 1968. And you know, there's a lot of people saying that right now. Congratulations, Obama. You talked about the 60s and you brought it back. It's and this is what we don't need. You got the Congressional Black Caucus chair. He's out there to talk that his people are in pain and how the I just, I'm dumbfounded by what's going on in this country. Yep, and the Black Caucus is saying how they are going to push for gun control and remove guns. You're listening to the Reaver Common Sense right here on SHR Media Black. HPPundit.com. ICRN Network. Red Nation Rising, YouTube, and iTunes. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reverb Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making, well, no, I ain't making sense out of senseless today. I wish I could say that, but no. We have a group, the Black Caucus. Yeah, where's the White Caucus? If we did that, that'd be racist. We have Black Caucus up there. Dang it, sorry. They have the audacity to sit up there. They're attacking the police. They're pushing for gun control. And it's kind of funny that they're pushing for gun control when the two incidents that have sparked this, both of them had guns and were not listening to simple commands by police officers. Yeah, let me see if I can find that again. Because everybody's, going on about how innocent these people were. And Alton Sterling, how innocent this man was. How he was just trying to sell CDs. It's let's see if I can find it. It was late night last night. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these politicians. They're playing They're playing with our lives. Here it is. See if I can find it. So this conservative also last night blocked me because someone was going on a tangent. How cops are killing blacks and Hispanics at a high rate, and it ain't right. We need to do something about it. But then I pointed out that whites are killed at a higher rate. And the guy even said, you know what, you're right on that, and it does change. Well, this so-called conservative jumps in and starts questioning, and he's liking some of the comments I'm making, and I didn't go off just talking back and forth. And then he goes and blocks me like a little pussy. I find it funny. Ron Hildebrand. Big man. So, Alton Sterling. 996 aggravated battery. 1097 second degree battery. 198 simple battery. 5 of 2000 public intimidation. 9 of 2000 carnal knowledge of a juvenile. 9 of 2001 domestic battery. 5 of 2005 burglary of an inhabited dwelling place. 7 2005 received stolen things. 9 2005 burglary of an inhabited dwelling place. 3 2006 simple criminal damage to property, simple robbery, simple theft, drug possessions, misrepresentation during booking, simple battery, aggravated battery. 4 of 2006, aggravated battery, simple criminal damage to property, disturbing the peace, unauthorized entry. 4 2008, domestic abuse battery. 6 2009, resisting an officer, drug possession, receiving stolen things, possession of a stolen firearm, illegally carrying of a firearm, selling CDs without consent. 10 2009, illegally carrying of a weapon, marijuana possession. 8 2015, failure to register as a sex offender. 4 2016, failure to register as a sex offender. 6 16, ecstasy and marijuana possession. Let's go back to 6 2009, resisting arrest, possession of stolen firearm, and illegally carrying. And this is what the Black Caucus is up talking about right now, chastising the police and saying we need gun control. The gentleman could not legally carry. This does not mean, because of his record, he deserved to die. But when you struggle with police and fight with police, and then you have a gun on you, well, it's not going to work out too good for you. Whether you're black, white, pink, blue, purple, green. Because there's a very good chance that if it didn't turn out this way, we would be talking about 2 cops, and the media would be ignoring it, and the Black Caucus would be ignoring it. It's okay when the police get killed. But when some gangbanger gets killed, they want to rewrite the Constitution. I'm at a loss for today. Five officers are not going home. And what was their crime? Protecting a protest against police. And now we have, and I know I'm repeating myself, but it boggles my mind. That we have politicians that are going to turn this into a gun control issue. These were criminals. Now, I haven't seen the. I know the other gentleman had a criminal background. But I don't know how extensive. It just, these incidents that are coming up are over hardened criminals. Freddie Gray. Hold on one second. It did. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry about this. And to try to turn this into a gun control issue just shows that the left has lost touch with reality of what's going on in this country, that they're pushing their own agenda and will use anything to help to help push their agenda. These congressmen are passing judgment when they have no friggin' clue. Get off your butt, go do their job without your security around you. Put your life on the line for others before you go passing judgment. I'm sorry. I know my show today isn't that top of the line. I'm wore down. I'm disgusted by our politicians. I am absolutely disgusted and appalled with their actions. I thought it was bad when they tried to take action on a terror attack. But now they want to try to, I don't know. It's sickening. watching these politicians up there using the death of 5 officers to their political advantage. Instead of looking and saying, maybe if these 2 criminals, because that's what they were, 2 criminals, had simply listened to the commands of the police officers, none of this would have happened. We know one of them was carrying a gun illegally, but that didn't stop him, which is the point of pro-gunners, that it doesn't matter what the laws are. These criminals are still going to be armed. And it's sickening to see politicians I don't know. And I'm going to change up gears because I really want to get this out. Republican Mike Lee, who now says he's a libertarian, who was a Tea Party member. You know, the guy changes his mind more than, I don't know. But now he is out there. He went on a tirade last week against Trump. Now, Senator Mike Lee maintains he still has no plans to endorse Trump over Hillary Clinton. Senator Lee has not endorsed Trump and has no plans to do so. And that his party's standard bearer is religiously intolerant. Now Trump is religiously intolerant. But here's the thing that really ticks me off. In an interview with the anti-Trump Huffington Post, Lee oozed praise for far-left Senator Elizabeth Warren, a potential vice president candidate for a Democratic presidential ticket, an avowed Trump opponent. Now remember, Lee has talked about how he is a constitutional conservative, but he's backing Elizabeth Warren, calling her captivating, smart, talented, formidable, persuasive, and a hero to Democrats. She is a admitted socialist, and he is praising that. She is out to destroy everything the United States stand for, and this constitutional conservative is praising her. These never Trumps are not constitutional conservatives. They use those words to trick people into backing them. He came in as a Tea Party member. Then he was a Republican, and now he's a libertarian. He is a joke and does not represent conservatives, in my mind. It just really boggles my mind. That someone that's supposed to be a conservative speaks that way. I don't see anything looking better. Now I'm at a loss. This country is going to hell, and we actually got supposed conservative praising pushing gun control and want new, stricter policies on our law enforcement. Their job's hard enough as it is, and they want to make it harder. They are pushing for this unlawful country we have, because that's the only way they're going to be able to tear us down, to push a UN. Oh. Remember, everybody, Monday I will have Brian Mast. He is running for Florida 18th District Congressional seat. He is a vet of Afghan war. He lost both his legs. He is a graduate of Harvard. And it'll be 11 o'clock on Monday. I want everybody to have a safe weekend. And really think about what you're seeing here is why we need to pay attention to who we vote for. Until Monday, everybody. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.